I will speak my mind at this point in my career.
So hot. It's so hot.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm gonna get a drink of this first.
It's already.
That's not good.
I'm good now. All right, we off?
Yep. Welcome to the second episode of Burning Questions with Albuquerque Community Safety. Today we have a very special guest who's played a big part in the evolution of public safety here in Albuquerque. He's worked on every level at this department, from patrol to leadership. He's always focused on community engagement, youth outreach, and building trust. After decades of service, he's went from officer to commander and eventually leading the department. We're really excited to have him here today with us. Please welcome Albuquerque's Chief of Police, Harold Medina.
Hello, thank you for having me here this afternoon.
Thank you for being here.
And the torture that's gonna come with it.
Yes, yes. We also have our Director of Albuquerque Community Safety, Jodie Esquibel, returning.
Very excited.
I don't know why she did that.
Chief.
I wasn't gonna do this alone. I was like, if somebody's gonna do this, if you notice, I also have Mike out there. It's Mike's job to protect me. So instead of jumping in front of the bullet, he's gonna jump mouth first and eat the wing before me. If I give him the signal.
Alrighty, so our first wing is gonna be this garlic scorpion sauce. It's gonna be this one right here. So we'll take it. How it's gonna work, we'll eat the wing real quick, and then I'll ask you a question, and then you'll have to answer, okay? So we'll take this first wing. Take a quick little bite.
That one's good.
I think out of all of these ones, this one's my favorite. I really like garlic. A little spicy. How is your spice level?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. So our first question for you is, what were your thoughts when the City of Albuquerque said we were going to create a community safety department?
You know, I think the first thing for me was the fact that I recognized how much it helped my officers. I recognized that so many times during the course of my career, because I did 14 years in the field on graveyard for the most part. And time again, I dealt with down and outs. And I dealt with individuals in crisis, and I dealt with individuals that I really wasn't suited for. So I thought it was really good that they were getting what I called the right tool to the project. Mm-hmm. And in that, I mean, like, I was 22 years old, an officer got dispatched to a mother who couldn't control her 9-year-old. I had no permanent girlfriend, I had no kids. I had no business going and trying to tell somebody how to parent their kids. Mm-hmm. And I ruined that kid probably forever because I went in with the, big tough, you're gonna do what the cops say approach. And I wasn't the right person. And I thought it was a great step forward in us building trust with the community.
Yeah, I really like that answer. How are you doing? How did you like the wing?
The wing was good. It wasn't bad.
Well, we'll have to see this next one. So this one is from our previous episode. Jodie has tried this one before, so I think she should be okay. How are you feeling?
It's a little tingly. It's a little warm already.
Okay.
But
so this one is called Revolt. It is a New Mexico-based hot sauce. It has red and green chili. It's a little mid-level. I think it's a little hotter than this last one, so it'll be this one right here.
Chief should have this one in the middle.
That one has too much sauce.
It has more than this one.
Well, let's go.
Oh.
Before this started, we were laughing because Jodie said she got heartburn from salami. She's gonna have a long night. But I did notice you guys brought Tums.
Yes, we did.
We should pre-tum right now.
We should. They have the cooling
important.
sensation. Would you like one?
I would. Chief?
I'm still good.
Okay.
So that one was, I think it was a little sweeter than the other one.
It was.
It was sweeter.
Our next question is, what types of calls has ACS taken that has freed up most of the officers, would you say?
There's a variety of calls. I think first and foremost is they have taken a lot of individuals with who are going through suicidal thoughts. And immediately I recognized that sending somebody unthreatening to a lot of these situations was a lot better. And they're very less likely to result to the escalation of use of force. And during the first year of existence, ACS actually, the use of force for APD went down 52%. And I attribute that a lot to we're getting people there who they didn't feel was a threat to the individuals and that they could relate to a little bit better. Because the mere presence of a badge and a gun sometimes escalates people, and ACS was more equipped to come in, talk to individuals, and talk them into getting the help that they need. So that's a big part of it, and also the day in and day out help they provide us with transporting people to resources, transporting people, whether it be the shelter, and just all the stuff that they do enables us to be able to free up officers to do what me and Mayor term as badge and gun work. So it's really been a big project of ours to free up our officers so that they could enforce the law, and a lot of the tasks that officers were doing that weren't of a law enforcement matter could be turned over to others.
Yeah, I like that. My lips are a little numb. Your lips?
No, I'm still
No?
good.
Your lips are getting a little red, I think. No?
Not yet, but they will be.
Okay. So our next wing is called Sting and Linger. This one is one of the newer ones. I haven't tried this one before. I'm assuming it's going to be hotter. So,
That one's Chiefs.
yes. So this one,
This is.
it has a good kick. Again, it has both red and green chili. So
Is it from Albuquerque?
this one is, yes, it is from Albuquerque.
I'll let
Chief,
you
that's
guys go
Chiefs.
first.
That's
That-
Chiefs.
I'll
That
take
one's
this
yours.
one.
I noticed they put a bunch of chili on mine. See, Mike, take note. They're trying to get rid of me, I think. Still good. That one was
It is.
tasty.
I really like this one. I think, so I made a mistake. It's actually Katie's Ghost Hot Sauce. We had this one last time. This one was the hottest one last time.
I'm gonna have to get it.
So how are you feeling?
That's hot. I think
Yeah, it was
you're
a little
like
bit hot.
poker facing also, like big tough chief guy. It's okay to say, this is why ACS is here so that we can help you express your feelings. It's okay
Well,
to say it's a hot.
It was
it's
a
okay.
little bit hot.
See?
Yep. It is hot in here too, though. I noticed.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So, along with this wing, we have another question. And I want to know if you were trying to explain what ACS is to an APD recruit, how would you explain it to them?
You know, I would explain it by letting them know that the history of APD, where we got in trouble as a police department. I was here during the time frame where the Department of Justice came out with findings that the police department was involved in an excessive amount of shootings with individuals going through mental health crisis. And a lot of those shootings were unnecessary, and it is about getting the right tool out of the toolbox and getting that tool to go help the community. And it's also about helping the community in ways that we're not able to. You know, people go to school for 3 years to be a lawyer, above a bachelor's degree. People go to the academy for 26 weeks to become a police officer. People go to school for 4 years to be a teacher. All these skill sets have different levels of training, and we're not trained therapists, we're not trained psychiatrists, we're not trained on knowing all the resources, knowing how to navigate somebody and knowing what the best place is to take somebody. And ACS is more equipped for that, and it frees us up to do what we all became officers for.
Okay.
It's getting a little choked up now.
So yeah, this is so emotional, ACS is. So no, I think it's a good thing, and I really enjoy the program.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that answer, especially like how you were saying there's different skill sets for each profession. And so having, not to like take your saying, but the right response
Yes.
at the right time, I think is a really big factor of why ACS is working.
See, director puts it better than me. She's like having the right resource. I'm like, hey, get the right tool out of the toolbox. So, you know,
But
a
I
little
think
more professional, a little more caveman.
No, I think that it's really amazing. I think that it's also really hot. It's a little hot. I think that we've asked our officers to do everything for a really long period of time, right? We've asked them to be counselors. We've asked them to take them to shelter. We have asked them to do everything that didn't fall into a medical basket, right? Like you get there, they need a paramedic, cool. But everything else was just an officer's duty for a really long time, and that's not fair. That wasn't fair. We were just asking so much all the time, and I think that's the beautiful thing about an evolution of public safety is to say like, hey, we know that we've been missing the mark in a way because we're asking our officers to do everything under the sun. And like, how do we get them to calls for badge and gun calls, right? And we transport, we connect, we do all of those other things that we've been asking also the fire department to do for a long time.
You know, and Director Esquibel hits the nail on the head. I think that previous leadership, I don't want to say they failed the officers, but they didn't fully understand. And they wanted to be, you know, you guys made fun earlier and say, hey, chief has a poker face. Previous administrations, chiefs, they wanted to be, we are the solve all. We can do anything thrown at us. And they weren't willing to say, no, this isn't the best thing for us. Let's get the right person in here. And I think this administration and the current leadership at APD, we've been really good at saying, no, that's not our specialty. Let's get the right people in.
I like that. Before we move on to the next wing, I just want to call you guys out. I think you need to eat a little bit more of your wing. She called me out last time. So for this next one, this one is the Sting and Linger. I think the name says it all. It does have, what I read, a citrus taste, so maybe...
Have you tasted it before?
I've tasted a little drop.
Okay.
So it'll be this one.
Which one?
This one right here.
That's Chief's.
No, I think Jodie keeps giving Chief the one with the most sauce, and I think this time Jodie's
There's
gonna
not
have
even
to.
any sauce on there.
Oh, this is the one I picked. Look here, look.
Here.
We'll be fair. There.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Dig in.
You know, I'm gonna be upset at all of you guys if you ruin wings for me for life.
Me too. One of my
That's
my
not too bad.
favorite.
That one's-
That one's not really bad.
yeah.
That one's not bad.
One of my favorite foods is buffalo wings. I love buffalo wings, so I'm also hoping this doesn't ruin it for me. So
Hey, we should text each other tonight around midnight. Let us know how we're doing after this has all gone down, settled a little bit.
So, I did some digging, and I found a photo of you when I think you first started your career.
Yes,
says-
that's brand new Harold Medina. Didn't know anything, but he had gone through 26 weeks of training, and they gave him a uniform, a badge, and a gun. So long ago.
My question is, do you think that he had any idea that public safety would evolve into what it is now, like with ACS and alternative response?
No, we had no clue where we were heading, and you know, it's really funny. I've really pushed back against this militaristic model of training, because I've always said, back when I went through the academy, it was about us against them. It was like, in ways, it was like us against the community. And I remember like going to a Lobo game after I'd been a cop for 5 weeks and looking around and saying, wow, the whole world isn't against us. There's decent society still out, because you'd gotten brainwashed so much during training. So I don't think I knew back then, but I did know that there were better ways to do things. And I did know that even since then, that there are things that if I thought someday I could make change, that I would change on how we did. And one of the biggest was using discretion. I still remember we had a call early in my career. I was on OJT, and one kid had beat up another kid, his best friend, and they arrested the guy for beating up his other friend when they could have issued a citation. And the thing that bothered me the most is the friend that he got in a fight to was his best friend who was at his house the day before, and he had caught inside his house stealing his TV and his furniture.
Oh, wow.
And they were teenagers. They were like 16-year-olds, and I was like, man, this could have been a ticket. We could have left him with his parents, and I could understand the anger a 16-year-old would go through, because somebody so close had betrayed him. And I'm not saying it's the right thing for them to do, but I don't think that the answer back then was like, this person goes to jail. Like, I think there could have been conversation and discussion about it, and giving him back to his parents and making sure that he's held accountable, but it didn't have to necessarily escalate to the point of arrest.
I have a question for you, Chief.
Yes.
Knowing what you know now, what would you tell this Harold Medina?
Say, you know, I would just remind him and say, you know what, there's going to be peaks and valleys. And there are times that, like, you're on top of the mountain, the sun is shining, like everything is going great. And there are times that it's difficult and you got to navigate through those difficult times, but don't ever quit believing in your core beliefs. And that's the number one thing I think that helps me go every day is I never quit believing in what I believe in, and I'm a strong believer of it. Mm-hmm. And I continue to push towards what I want out of our officers in our department.
Wow.
This isn't very hot at all.
Okay, well, you're saying that now, and this next one is probably the hottest one you'll ever have in your life. It's called The Bomb. There's no words. We're just gonna have to eat it.
Well, let Jodie pick, because I can see somebody spread it out.
What is, I thought we were supposed to go like in order to the hottest one.
For sure. And maybe that's true.
I will get this one.
I'm gonna take this one. That was a good job, because I remember you put 3 drops on that one earlier. I'm just kidding. Right?
So
Okay.
big bite.
Out of full disclosure, the bottle was laying here earlier, and me and the crew were here, and I did open it and put a little bit on my pinky and tried it, and I do have to say it was hot. Mike, now is the time for you to jump
Any
in
minute.
and save me, bro. I'm waiting. Come on, Mike. Don't let me down. Wow.
Ooh.
Right off the bat, it's already...
That's not good.
I can
Not
feel
okay.
it. Oh, and I got the big bite.
You had the less amount of sauce. You had the least amount of sauce.
Wow. That one's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yep. Now I'm going to say, I could feel it.
So I'm supposed to
How are you feeling?
I'm supposed to ask you a question, but I don't know if I can read. I recently watched a press conference yesterday where it said that APD recently reported that auto thefts in Albuquerque are down.
Yes.
And ACS takes thousands of calls every month. From your point of view as chief of police, how has ACS shifted the workload or improved officer capacity?
You know, it's a philosophy about civilianization and making sure that we have resources to go help us with some of these tasks. You know, one of the questions during that auto theft conference was, I no longer dispatch officers to a reported stolen car. And there's a reason for that. But I'm going to get a drink of this first.
Your tongue is so hot. It's so
Oh, yeah.
hot.
Well, that one was brutal. You know, I thought the little taste I got, which was tiny, was bad. Oh,
I want to dip
I'm
my
gonna
tongue
admit
in
it.
ranch. I want to just dip my tongue in the ranch and just hold my tongue there.
You know, I'm ready to tell Mike to take over the seat.
You did make it halfway, but Jodie Esquibel did finish.
We're not quitters. We are going to finish.
I love that.
There is no quitting. Hey,
I
what's
just
up?
touched my hand, my eyes with my hand.
Yeah, don't do that.
You're gonna need 911.
Are we gonna have to call fire and rescue?
Yeah.
Chief
We'll make it a full public safety.
No, because the fire department will come in and throw water on the wings.
We need water in our mouths.
So, no, I think, you know, and one of the things is, I don't have officers go to stolen cars because reports, because where's the one place I know the stolen cars are not at? The location people
Place
are
that
reporting it
reported.
stolen from. So, for me, it's been all about letting officers do their job, and ACS is a big part of that.
So our next one is called the Carolina Reaper. Jodie Esquibel, could you explain?
What's directive?
Could you explain your thoughts on this one, on who it reminds you of?
That's a nice bottle.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
That's a nice bolo tie.
I know, reminds me of Chief Harold Medina.
Wearing a bolo tie.
Wearing a bolo tie.
I'm probably going to steal the bolo tie part later. I'm going to borrow it.
You should.
So this one is very vinegary. It's like a Tabasco times 10, I would say. It's pretty good. It'll be this one right here. You can choose
Chief,
which
get that
one.
Right out next
This
to
one?
him, closest to him.
I'll take this one.
Mike, make sure the car's warmed up and you're going to rush me to the river and just throw me in afterwards.
Did you bite it?
Oh, I'm about to.
Oh, you forgot.
Last time I would bite it and she would wait.
I would, and then I
Until
would wait to see his face and then be like, oh, okay.
This one's better.
You don't know because your tongue is just numb.
That's true.
Our question, was there a moment or a specific call that you went on or you've heard where you thought ACS is actually helping us out?
You know, there's been a number of calls that you guys have responded to that really helped us out. One I could think was we had a homicide at the effing bar on the west side, and we had civilians who were unable to get to their vehicles, and ACS had help with some transport of individuals to their homes. And that's just one way we never imagined ACS helping us. Like, we talked about all the things, they're going to take all these calls, but then also we've had individuals who were displaced from their homes during SWAT activations, during officer-involved shootings and homicides that they can't get to their homes, and ACS is always there to help us. Even we've had some internal tragedy with an officer who took his own life, and ACS was there to help us with the grieving family and make sure that they had the resources they need. So there's so many different ways ACS helps us. And there's ways they hurt us, like today with hot wings.
I think what's
That was
really
good.
cool. I think what's really cool is that when we're getting the calls from the field guys that are arriving on the call and saying like, actually, this isn't for me. Let's call ACS, and it's like, wow, it's working. It's still really hot, but it's working as a full evolution of public safety. So like we're getting the right tool to the right response, and APD, AFR, the community understands that we are here. We want to fill that gap.
How are you feeling? You look
I feel
concerned.
good. We're going to go round 2 after this one.
Yeah, finish.
Sure. I think
the
you
bomb wing.
two can go.
No, we'll be okay. There's just one thing though, is like, I really felt we had this strong, good relationship with ACS. I really, at 3:45 on December 3rd, I'm really questioning how much support we have for one another. This is pretty good.
Our next wing, it's the last one. It's called Liquid Stupid. But before we get there, I do want to talk about, somebody told me to bring this up. Your football team, the Ravens, how are they doing?
Well, they've actually created a number of ACS type calls for me. Because there are
so?
some Mondays that, like, I just need somebody to talk to. Like, it's been a rough season, and sometimes I need to rely on outside resources. You know what? The Baltimore Ravens, they probably have about the same record as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No.
So, we can't have a winning season every year, And if you look historically, we have one of the most winningest franchises. So, you know what? Every once in a while, we're not going to do so well.
As a Dallas Cowboy fan,
Oh, here we go.
You can't talk.
I can't. My favorite phrase is, "We'll get them next year." I feel like I've heard that over and over again.
How old are you?
Here we go.
26.
Oh, so you've never seen them have a
No.
win? You've never seen them win a playoff game, have you?
I don't think so.
Mike, Google that real quick.
We'll go to this wing while he's
Jacob's
Googling
like,
it.
it's enough. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, this one, Liquid Stupid, this one I think it has like a 135,000 Scoville rating, which means it's really hot. So,
You know, there's probably about a 6% chance this could really injure somebody. Ooh. Yep, that one's hot.
so the question, we're gonna wrap it up here, but what do you think is the hardest leadership challenge you faced, both of you, as APD and ACS increasingly coordinate or co-response?
I'm gonna let Director Esquibel go first.
As a new response and a new model and a new resource for the city and the community, I also come from public safety. I come from, like, you have to put in the time, you have to earn respect, you have to earn trust. That is never given. And our ACS responders needed to do that. I needed to do that to chief. My deputies needed to do it for their deputies. Like, that needed to be from the top down. And that was one thing that I wanted to make sure that we did to be really integrated into the public safety model in the city, right? And so none of that is earned. And that was us to show up at the calls. That was us to go graveyard. That was us responding to the tough calls. The, hey, let us help you out. We're not really sure what to do here. Can you guys do something? That is us figuring it out and earning the respect and trust of the guys on the ground. Everybody that is working in the community, all first responders, we had to do that with the fire department. We had to, and we're still doing that. We're a baby department. We're 4 years in. And every single day, it's our job to earn that trust and respect of our fellow first responders.
You know, for me, the most difficult part is like the local politics on ACS. Like, I'm the president of Major City Chiefs, 78 largest agencies in the United States and Canada. And every agency envies the Albuquerque Police Department and what we have with ACS. Myself and Mayor gave a presentation at Harvard, and they did a case study on how successful this model is. This is actually something that is magnificent, that is being tried to be duplicated across the nation, and we should be embracing it and supporting it and bragging and saying, we want to grow ACS, we want to grow APD, we want to grow public safety.
Thank you so much for speaking your mind, and I want to congratulate you on finishing this scenario that we went through.
I'm ready for round 2. It all went, I'm good now.
Because you finished, you get to look in the camera and say whatever you would like to say, that you're happy that you finished,
That you love ACS.
that you love ACS.
You know what? ACS is a great department. The police department is a great department. Everybody's out there to do what they can to make the community safe, to make the community a better place. At the end of the day, I know there's a lot of frustration at times, but it's not the ground level people we should take it out on. It's not a matter of saying ACS and the police department aren't doing their job, because they are. They're out there every day. For the public, please remember, the problem isn't the police. The problem isn't ACS. The problem is we have a system that needs to be fixed. And thanks. I love the wings.
I'm glad you like them.
They're pretty good.
Well, Congratulations, you finished. I'm
good.
surprised we all made it through, if I'm being honest.
It's great.
I don't think Jodie ate enough.
I don't think she did either, but
You did pretty good. That one was hot.